Hello, everyone, and welcome to live coverage of Averett softball here on the Averett Sports Network. I'm Drew Wilson, bringing you today's doubleheader between Averett and Southern Virginia. It's a non-conference doubleheader against Averett, the former team in the USA South Athletic Conference. Southern Virginia is still a member of the USA South, so they meet up here today for this non-conference matchup on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon here in Danville, Virginia. Temperatures hovering just below 70 degrees. Sun is out. Couldn't ask for a better day here in late March. Southern Virginia comes in with a 6-12 record on the season. They are 0-2 in conference play. The Cougars coming in 10-10, 2-2 in the ODAC. Both teams coming off a pair of losses in their last matchup. Averett, a couple tough losses at Randolph. I think things just didn't go their way, and that lost in extra innings in the first one. I think that probably affected them going into the second one. A tough loss in game 2 there last Saturday. Get to the lineups here in just a second. Southern Virginia wearing their garnet maroon tops. Averett in their all navies today. And we are ready to get underway. Hannah Zabik getting the start for the Cougars. 6-4 on the season. First pitch in there for strike one to Ariana Primack. Batting .426 on the year. Takes ball one on the second pitch from Zabik. Primack, 20 hits, leads the Knights. And pokes this one out into shallow left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. So a runner aboard here for the Knights early on. That'll bring up Chloe Nelson.
Now batting number 3, Chloe Nelson.
Nelson batting .250 on the year, making her 18th start of the season. Infield in on the corners as Nelson shows bunt. Pulls it back on a low pitch for ball one. Cougars expecting a sacrifice bunt here. Creeping in, now she'll pull it back, slap it through the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Nelson couldn't have played that any better there. Had the Cougars fooled. And now to aboard here.
Batting number 20, Dykel Jones.
That'll bring up Dykel Jones, senior out of Enterprise, Utah. First pitch of ball. Here to Jones. Jones batting .352 on the year. 4 doubles, a triple, a home run, 12 RBIs. Solid presence here in the middle of this Knights lineup. But a good pitch there by Zabik evens the count at 1-1. And ball popped up, and that'll get out of play for strike two. Southern Virginia, you got Primack, Nelson, now Jones. It'll be Katie Clater due up next. Followed by Taylor Ware, Sophia Bedell. As the 1-2 pitch on the way in the dirt. Good block there by Jones behind the plate. Keep it in front of her. Keep the runners at bay. 2-2 count. That one fouled off. Continuing with the lineup, batting seventh will be Cadence Van Divner, Kayla Autry, Emma Cox in the number 9 spot. Madison Christensen playing first base today in the flex spot for the Knights. 2-2 pitch here coming from Zabik. This one laced out into left field. That'll drop in right in front of Kaylee Gates. She'll throw. Runner will hold at third, nearly through behind her to pick her off.
Now batting number 22, Katie Clater.
And time will be called as Anna Coleman, in her first year as head coach with the Cougars, will head out to talk to the entire infield here, talk about strategy, with Clater coming to the plate, batting .353 on the season, has 18 hits, including 5 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, and a team-high 18 RBIs this season for Southern Virginia. I was talking with Averett head coach Anna Coleman prior to the game. She was saying this Southern Virginia team hits really well. You might be fooled by their 6-12 record, but they've played some really tough competition early on, a huge ODAC non-conference schedule. So they face some good competition. Swing and a miss here to Clater. Just what the Cougars needed there. See if Zabik can rebound from this tough start. That pitch misses inside, 1-1. Zabik went 1-1 last week, and a 2-2 week for the Cougars overall. But pitched well, as this one hit out to deep left center field. And that'll drop in on the warning track. That'll score at least 2. And it'll be a 2-run double for Southern Virginia. And 2 runners come home.
24, Taylor Ware.
And Cougars trail here early. I'll bring up Taylor Ware. Still nobody out as this one poked out to left field. Gates tracks it down, runner tags, and both runners will move up. So first out on the board, but comes at a cost.
Now batting number 15, Sophia Bedell.
That'll bring up Bedell here. Batting .378. 4 home runs, tied for the team high. Has 13 RBIs, which ranks 3rd on the roster. Big swing there, couldn't catch up to it. Bedell, the senior out of South Jordan, Utah, starting to catch her today. 0-1 pitch. Misses outside, evens the count at 1-1. Ball popped up, and that'll get out of play for strike 2. Foul back to the net. This one hit out to shortstop. Cougars will take the out at first, so another run comes home. So 4-0 your score here for Cadence Van Divner. That pitch. This is for ball one. This one chopped over to third, but foul. Despite a great effort there by Angela Rodriguez. 1-1 the count. Averett's lineup, their typical lineup for game one. Gates out in left, Bradshaw in center, Testerman in right, Rodriguez, Newcomb, Woodruff, Owen around the infield from left to right. Hannah Jones behind the plate. And Zabik in the circle. Has that one in there for strike two. Van Divner taking all the way. 1-2 pitch. Misses on the outside. And that one laced foul out of play. She lays off that one. That'll run the count full here. And this one's going to be hit up the middle, right past Zabik for another base hit. 5th hit of the day. Number of Kayla Autry. So Autry stumps up, trying to get it going, showing bunt here early. And she'll kind of take a stab at it and miss for strike one. This one popped up behind the plate. That'll hit the net. So 2 strikes now on Autry. And the pitch, fouled back again. Zabik delivers. Pitch a little bit outside for ball one. Already 30 pitches in. And a swing and a miss got her on the inside pitch for strike three, so that'll do it, but not before. Southern Virginia scores 4 runs on 5 hits here in the top of the first. Cougars have their work cut out for them here early on. We'll be back. Averett coming to the plate when we return. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Carson Bradshaw up. First pitch chopped over towards second base, and good play over there by Jones to get the speedy Bradshaw for out number one.
Now batting number 17, Hannah Zabek.
I'll bring up Hannah Zabek, looking to help her cause here. And that's going to hit her on the ankle, and she'll reach on the hit by pitch.
Now batting number 6, Mackenzie Newcomb.
They say a hit is as good as a run. Well, hit by pitch, or a walk is as good as a hit. A hit by pitch is as good as a walk or a hit. So that'll bring up Mackenzie Newcomb here. Chance to help the Cougars out, down by 4. Off-speed pitch misses high for ball 1. And that one fouled off. Runner takes off. Zabek underneath. And she'll advance to third on the play on the error. On the errant throw. So Newcomb with a runner in scoring position now. 2-1 count. It lays off that pitch. Three and 1 now, the count. Here to Newcomb, batting .343 on the season. 19 RBIs, which leads the Cougars. And she'll draw the walk here. That'll bring up the freshman Brianna Brooks. Crushing it at .371 average this season in her first year with the Cougars. Tied for third on the team with 23 hits. Has 10 RBIs on the season. And I want to call it strike right down the middle. Brooks out of Yorktown, Virginia. Went to Tabb High School. He's been an immediate impact player for the Cougars. And runner takes off for second. Pitch was a ball. So now 2 runners in scoring position after the stolen base by Newcomb. And this one laced to third. They'll have to get the runner at first. Runners have to stay put. So 2 away now for Cadence Woodruff.
Now batting number 12, Cadence Woodley.
So Woodruff steps in, facing off against Emma Cox. Freshman pitcher. Making her first start, 4th overall appearance. That's a 1-0 record in 4 innings. First pitch misses the zone for ball 1. Cox has a 9.69 ERA coming into today. She's given up 6 runs in those 4 1/3 innings. But looking to try to get out of this jam without being hurt by those runners. Can't find the zone there. 2 balls and no strikes here to Woodruff. And she'll lay off that one. Catches the outside corner. And Woodruff tees off on that one, but got way out in front of it. So that'll run the count full. Pitch from Cox, and Woodruff tees off on that one to deep left center field. That'll drop in on the warning track. That'll score 2. Woodruff up to second base with a stand-up RBI double. And the Cougars trying to charge back here, get back within 2.
Now batting number 16, Angela Rodriguez.
I'll bring up Angela Rodriguez, one of the 2 seniors on this Cougar roster. She'll lay off the high pitch there for ball 1 from Cox. And Cox wondering where that one missed. 2 balls and no strikes. That one finds the zone on the inside corner for strike 1 here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, a senior out of Manassas Park, Virginia. Batting .288 on the season. Chops that one fouled on the third baseline. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here with 2 outs. Woodruff standing at second base. Averett would love to bring her in and get back within 1. The pitch, breaking ball misses. So full count. Here to Rodriguez. And that comes in and gets Rodriguez on the back of the arm there, so I'll put another runner aboard here for the Cougars.
Now batting number 9, Kaylee
And now we'll see a little talk with Southern Virginia. They'll bring in the entire infield to the circle. So Kaylee Gates will step up for the Cougars. Gates trying to keep it going. The junior batting .214 on the season. Has 3 hits, but 2 of those are doubles. And nearly got hit there on the pitch from Cox. Misses for ball 1. Gates had a really nice RBI double against a nationally ranked Muskingum team down in Raleigh a few weekends ago. On the count 2-0. That one in there for a strike as Cox trying to battle back here. Inside, so 3-1 now to Gates. Hannah Jones on deck for the Cougars. Would be up next if Gates could reach here. 3-1 pitch. This one's going to be poked out in left field, but right at the left fielder. Autry had it played perfectly, took a couple steps in and takes away a base hit. And the Cougars have to be happy getting back within 2 here. Southern Virginia leads 4-2 through 1 inning of play. We'll be back with the second inning here on the Averett Sports Network. Welcome back. Emma Cox will lead things off here for the Knights. First pitch, a called strike. Zabik looking to bounce back after giving him 5 hits in that first inning. Southern Virginia took advantage with 4 runs scored as that one fouled out of play to the right side. So a quick 0-2 count here on Cox, her counterpart in the pitching circle. Cox getting her first at bats, it looked like. Fouls that one off. Stays alive. After Cox back to the top of the lineup. That one fouled off. Just got a piece of that one. So Zabik will see if she can get Cox to chase something here. But that one fouled off once again. Zabik with a pitch and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Cox goes down swinging for out number 1. And that'll bring up Ariana Primack. 1 base hit already today, up to 21 on the season. Looks at strike 1. This one popped up and caught in foul territory for the second out by Rodriguez over at third.
Now batting number 3, Chloe Nelson.
Gonna bring up Chloe Nelson, center fielder. Nelson 1 for 1 with a run scored. And looks at strike 1. Zabik definitely settled in a little bit more here in this inning after that tough first inning. It's kind of been what we've seen from her this year. Sometimes she'll have maybe a tough first inning, but really responds well to it. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch. Good waist pitch high, trying to get Nelson to chase, but she doesn't offer at it, so the count now 1-2. We're looking to get a 1-2-3 inning here in the second. Zabik's pitch in the dirt for ball 2. Ball popped up. That'll get out of play. And a check swing, and they said she went around for strike 3, so that'll do it for the Knights here in the top of the second inning. Averett gets out of it with a 1-2-3 inning. They still trail 4-2. We'll be back. Cougars coming to the plate when we return.
Health has the heart care you need to stay healthy. As a Duke Health affiliate in heart care, they are backed by the latest Duke guidelines and research, providing our community with enhanced quality health care. Whether it's cardiac screening or emergency heart care at their accredited chest pain center, they provide quality treatment close to home. Sova Health, heart care to live your healthiest life. Visit online at sovahealth.com/heart.
Welcome back. Hannah Jones will lead things off here for Averett in the bottom of the second inning. Averett down by 2. First pitch by Cox right down the middle for strike 1. Jones, one of the other seniors, just under 300 average and 298 average, and hits this one out to shortstop. Going to be a tough play. And they just get Jones by about a half step. Good backhand by Clater over at shortstop. Able to fire across. So one away, and that'll bring up Allie Testerman, sophomore right fielder. Ropes this one out into the gap in left center. That'll drop in. The speedy Testerman around second. She is headed for third. And a triple for Allie Testerman. Testerman didn't hesitate, just kept going. And now the Cougars once again bring the tie and run to the plate. And it's the top of the order with Carson Bratcher. Bratcher lays off that pitch for ball 1. Testerman having a great season. She's batting .352. That's her first triple of the season. First triple of her collegiate career. And this one hit up the middle. And that'd be a base hit. Cox probably could have caught that, but her reflexes were to duck. And she even points to herself, tells the dugout, my bad, I should have gotten that. And scores a run here for the Cougars on the RBI single by Bratcher. And Hannah Zabik now at the plate. Chopper over to third. Southern Virginia will try to get 2, but that's nearly impossible with Zabik. They do get Bradsher, though, as the lead runner.
Now batting number 6, Mackenzie Newcomb.
So 2 outs for Mackenzie Newcomb here with Zabik at first base. See if the Cougars maybe get a little aggressive, try to move Zabik into scoring position here. Newcomb looks at strike 1. Zabik, 5 of 6 on stolen base attempts this year. Cougars overall, pretty speedy team. 39 for 42 on stolen bases this season coming into today. And this one crushed down the left field. That could be trouble. But gets caught up in the wind and caught out there by Autry, and that'll do it for the Cougars. But they do get 1 run back. And they still trail 4-3. When we return, we'll get to the top of the 3rd. Welcome back to the top of the 3rd inning. Southern Virginia with a 4-3 lead here in Game 1. It'll be Dunkel Jones leading things off for the Knights in their half of the 3rd. First pitch, a called strike from Zabik. Jones 1 for 1 with a run scored. Had one of those 4 straight hits to open the game for the Knights. And a big hack there, swing and a miss for strike 2. So 0-2 count. And this one hit out to second base, and Newcomb calls everybody off, coming over from shortstop to make the play for out number 1. That'll bring up Katie Clater. Clater with a big 2 RBI double back in the first to kind of open things up for the Knights. But bases empty here for her, and this one looks at ball 1. Clater now 20 RBIs on the season after those 2 back in the first inning. Zabik with the pitch, and that one misses high for ball 2. Cougars a really busy week, a lot of home games, hosting Southern Virginia today in a non-conference matchup, but a couple of conference doubleheaders this weekend as this one hit out to the gap in right center, and Bradsher able to track it down for the out. Wasn't sure if she was going to get to that one, but Speedy Bradsher able to coast over there and make the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Taylor Ware. First pitch misses for ball 1. Ware grounded out but did drive in a run back in the first inning. Fouls that one off, evens the count at 1-1. just outside the zone. Cougars hosting a really good Randolph-Macon team that's been nationally ranked this year on Saturday, and then turn right around and play a nationally ranked Virginia Wesleyan team on Sunday. It's that pitch a little high for ball 3-1 now the count here to Ware. And it will be a walk here with 2 away as Ware heads down to first base for Sophia Bedell.
Now batting number 15, Sophia Bedell.
So Bedell steps in. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Bedell also had an RBI. Earlier in this one. Lines this one off the tip of Zabik's glove and into center field for another hit for the Knights. Their 6th hit of the day.
Number 7, Cadence Van Dibner.
So Cadence Van Dibner will step up to the plate. Two away. Averett trying to get out of this one. They've given up a walk and a hit here. So 2 runners now aboard with 2 away. That one fouled back to the net for strike 1. Zabik's pitch misses high. Up to 60 pitches here in the 3rd inning. And that one misses the zone as well. 2 balls and 1 strike. Van Dibner batting in the number 7 spot. So not a batter you want to walk. So Hannah Jones going to have to talk things through with Zabik, make sure they're on the same page here. We'll give her a little confidence boost. Remember, Zabik being counted on heavily as the number 1 pitcher usually in game 1s this season. Didn't pitch but maybe once all of last year. Pitched a little bit her freshman year, so being asked to do something that she hadn't really done a whole lot of in a while. But a good pitch to battle back there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one hit out to second base. Woodruff makes the play, and that'll do it here in the top of the 3rd inning. Cougars get out of it with straying 2 runners. Do the Knights, and score still 4-3. Southern Virginia will go to the bottom of the 3rd when we return. And welcome back. New pitcher in the circle. Abby Southern is now taking over for the Knights. First pitch, a ball here to Brianna Brooks. This one hit right back to Southern, and she'll fire to first for the out. So one away for Cadence Woodruff.
Now batting number 12, Cadence Woodruff.
Southern making her 8th appearance of the season, 7th out of the pen. Pitching 23 in a third innings, 5 strikeouts, a 3.00 ERA, and a 2-2 record with 1 save this season for Southern Virginia. First pitch in there for strike 1. Here to Woodruff. Woodruff 1 for 2 with a pair of RBIs, had a massive 2-run double to help Averett get back in this one. That one misses wide for ball 1. This one hit out to short. Woodruff beats it out. So an infield single.
Now batting number 16, Angela Rodriguez.
I'll bring up Angela Rodriguez. Clater had to wait back on it, and it was kind of a slow roller to begin with. And Woodruff has some wheels, able to get down first base line and beats it out for the infield single. So 1 away and a 1 aboard here for Rodriguez, who got hit by a pitch in the first inning. That ball in the dirt, that gets away from the catcher. Woodruff rounds second, headed to third, and she will get there sliding in, but no throw. And that's big for the Cougars now. So the tie and run, a base away here with only 1 out. Rodriguez lays off that pitch inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Averett, with their speed, very aggressive on the base pass this year. That one misses as well. 3 balls, no strikes. Averett first-year head coach Anna Coleman. New coming in that they're going to have to score some runs this year, so be aggressive. I like it. And a 4-pitch walk here to Rodriguez puts her aboard. I'll bring up Kaylee Gates. Gates flew out to left field in her last at bat. That pitch in the dirt, ball 1. For the Cougars here, Southern has lost vision of the strike zone the last couple pitches. 4 straight balls to Rodriguez. Now a first pitch ball to Gates, and make it 2 straight balls as Rodriguez takes second base on the play. Bedell out to talk things over with Southern. Southern, a sophomore out of Riverton, Utah. So 2 balls and no strikes here to Gates. And line drive, and an unfortunate double play, but a great defensive play over at third base by Ware. And nothing you can do but kind of shake your head. That's happened quite a bit for the Cougars over the years. And Tough break, so the Cougars can't capitalize. Score remains 4-3 in favor of Southern Virginia. Welcome back. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Southern Virginia still up 4-3 on Averett here in game one of our doubleheader. Kayla Autry, the junior, out of Federal Way, Washington. Lead things off, tries to drop down the bunt, but fouls it off for strike one. Just joining us, Southern Virginia scored 4 runs on 5 hits in the first inning. Took a 4-2 lead. Averett got 2 back on a Woodliff double and added another one in the second to get back within 1. And that one will be a ground out to shortstop. Kinsey Newcomb with the easy play. That'll bring up Southern. Southern came in to pitch in the bottom half of the third. Getting her first at bat here. That one misses low for ball 1. Southern has had 13 at bats this year, 3 hits for a .231 average with 2 RBIs. And this one tries to poke it down the left field line, but hooks foul. Zabik looks in. 1-1 pitch. This one hit out to Rodriguez. And a little bobble, unable to get her.
Now batting number 8, Ariana Pryor.
So top of the lineup coming back through here with Primack. And that one in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch misses a little bit low. One on, one away here. Swing and a miss. Got a piece of it, though. According to the home plate umpire. So 1-2 the count. That one gets away from Jones as it was in the dirt. The ball, too, so it will be a wild pitch. Move Southern up into scoring position here with a 2-2 count. Ball popped up. That could be trouble. It's going to drop in. Be a base hit.
Now batting number 3, Chloe Nelson.
Southern had to stay put there in case that ball was caught. Kind of fell in no man's land. So 2 aboard here for Chloe Nelson. Nelson 1 for 2 today. This one hit out to center field. Bradshaw underneath it. And they will not think about running here. So 2 away.
Now batting number 20, Dykel Jones.
That'll bring up Jones. Ball popped up and hits the bleachers for strike 1. And that one misses outside for a ball. One pitch, fouled back. One to the count. Zabik's pitch. Slow roller out to Woodruff. She'll toss it over to first, and that'll do it. Haver gets out of that one without giving up a run. Score still 4-3. And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Hannah Jones will lead things off here for the Cougars. Down by 1. Here in game 1 of this doubleheader. First pitch low for ball 1. Here Jones is batting .292. Southern's pitch misses high for ball 2. And line drive and caught. Jones with an excellent dive over at second base and robs Hannah Jones of a base hit. That'll bring up Allie Testerman. Here with 1 away. Testerman with a triple to left center field in her first at bat. This one hit right back to Southern. She'll field it, throw a little bit high. And a little collision, but Christensen And Testerman apologized for running into each other.
Now batting number 7, Carson Bradshaw.
So 2 away for Carson Bradshaw. And that one fouled off. Oh, 1 pitch. Bradshaw lays off the. That one misses high. 1-1. Bradshaw 1 for 2 today with an RBI. Drove in a run with a hit right back up the middle. And the changeup. Can't find the zone there. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Bradshaw's sophomore transfer. Having a stellar season with the Cougars, batting .461 coming into the day. And now up to .462. And this one hit up the middle as well, and she'll reach with another base hit. 5th hit of the day for the Cougars.
17, Hannah Zabik.
2nd for Bradshaw. And that'll bring up Zabik. And you got to imagine with Bradshaw's speed, maybe you try to send her here, get her in scoring position. Zabik looks at strike 1, not going on the first pitch. Is Bradshaw. Bradshaw 12 of 13 on stolen base attempts, leads the Cougars with her 12 steals. 0-1 the count. That pitch in the dirt. Little chopper right back to Southern, and she'll make the play as she has a couple of times this game. That'll do it for the Cougars here in the bottom of the 4th. They trail 4-3. We'll go to the 5th when we return. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Southern Virginia still up by 1 here against Averett in game 1 of their non-conference doubleheader. It'll be Katie Clater leading things off, followed by Ware and Bedell. Those 3 have driven in all 4 runs for Southern Virginia today. All came in the first inning, though. That pitch got away from Zabik. So 1 ball, no strikes. Clater 1 for 2. The run scored and 2 runs driven in. And a called strike 1. This ball popped up out into center field, shading towards right center is Bradshaw, and she'll make the catch for the out. And Taylor Ware being pinch hit for. It'll be Morgan Rich. So Rich looks at ball one. Rich, 2 hits on the season and 16 at bats. Hits this one hard over to Woodruff, but makes the play for the quick out.
Now batting number 15, Sophia Bedell.
That'll bring up Sophia Bedell. And a swing and a miss there on a nice pitch from Zabik. Fouled back. Oh, 2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. Zabik retires the side, and we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Cougars looking to score a run and get back even here against Southern Virginia. Welcome back. Southern Virginia leads Averett 4-3. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mackenzie Newcomb will lead it off here for Averett. Rich stays in to play third base for the Knights after pitch hitting in the top half of the inning as Newcomb looks at strike 1 there. Game 1 of today's doubleheader. First time these two teams have met since 2022. And Newcomb gets a hold of that one and it drops in down the left field line. Newcomb around to second base, and she'll hold up with a stand-up, lead-off double.
Now batting number 25, Brianna Brooks.
That'll bring up the freshman Brooks. Cougars have had a couple really good opportunities to bring in the tying run, but been unlucky. Last inning had runners on second and third with 1 out, and just unlucky line drive out to third base turned into a double play. And Brooks pops this one up into center field, caught, and runner will have to stay put. Newcomb tested out the arm, but stayed.
12, Cadence Woodruff.
That'll bring up Woodruff. As I mentioned, Southern Virginia and Averett have not played in a couple years. It was last 2022. Averett's last year in the USA South. So that pitch misses for a ball. Prior to that, they hadn't played since 2015. So two teams, even though they're not that far apart, just haven't played a whole lot over the years, as Woodruff sneaks that one past Rich at third base, and now runners on the corners here for the Cougars.
Now batting number 16, Angela Rodriguez.
And I'll bring up Angela Rodriguez. Going back to this series, Averett 12-1 all time against Southern Virginia going back to 1999. They split in 1999. The Cougars have won 11 straight in the series, so they'd love to keep that streak going here, but have some work to do. That one misses for ball one here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez drew a walk and was hit by a pitch, so she's reached both times. Tries to drop down the bunt, but unable to keep it in. Rolls back to the backstop, so foul ball for strike one. 1-1 the count here to the senior. Infield corner is now playing in a little bit. But Rodriguez sends it out. That'll drop in and tie it up. Angela Rodriguez with an RBI single, and the Cougars tie it up 4-4.
Now batting number 9, Kaylee Gates.
And that'll bring up Kaylee Gates here for Averett. Trying to keep it going here. Now tied up. Up to bring another run home and take the lead. First pitch a ball here to Gates. Gates 0 for 2. Showing bunt, tries to drop it down, but fouls it off at the plate for strike one. That pitch in the dirt gets away, and runners will move up. Two and one now the count. And now two runners in scoring position for Gates. See if she can take advantage of it here. Hitters count, hits it over to second base. That will bring home the go-ahead run. It is a ground out, but the Cougars will definitely trade it.
Now batting number 20, Hannah Jones.
On another really amazing play by Dykel Jones over in second base. Able to lay out and make the play, but her only play was to first. Couldn't go home with it, and the Cougars take a 5-4 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. And have a chance to add to it here with Hannah Jones at the plate. First pitch a ball. Here to Jones. 0 for 2 on the afternoon, but batting .286 on the year. Little chopper right back to Southern, and she'll go to first with the throw a little bit low, but Christensen able to make the pick, and that'll do it, but not before the Cougars take the lead with 2 runs here in the bottom of the fifth. They lead 5-4. We'll go to the sixth when we return here on the Averett Sports Network. Welcome back. Averett now up 5-4. It'll be Cadence Van Divner leading things off for the Knights here in the top of the 6th inning. First pitch, a called strike. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner by Zabik. Oh and 1 the count. And breaking ball fouled off for strike 2. Southern Virginia able to get 5 hits in the first inning, but Zabik settled down and scattered 2 hits over the last 4+ innings. That one misses a little bit low for ball 1. Strike 3, called on the inside corner. And Van Divner is down looking at strike 3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Kayla Autry. Autry 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. And the pitch, trying to show bunt. She went after it, couldn't get to it. Will be strike 1. And drops it down. It'll be a tough play, but Abby Owen there to make a great play, coming in, charging the ball for the out.
Now batting number 2, Abby Southern.
And that'll bring up Abby Southern here with 2 away. Fouled off for strike 1. And hit out to Newcomb. She'll have a tough play. And they get her by about a half step. Newcomb knocked the ball down, able to recover in time and get the throw over there for the out. And that'll do it here for Southern Virginia in the top of the 6th. Cougars looking to add some runs. We go to the bottom of the 6th when we return here on the Averett Sports Network. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher in. We'll get to that in just a second. First pitch hit out to first base. Christensen will take it unassisted as Testerman grounds out for the first out. And that'll bring up Carson Bradsher.
Now
here with one away. New pitcher is Ariana Primack. It was the DP, now shifts into the pitching spot. The lefty fires into Bradshaw. This one drops in out in right field. And she's aboard with the base hit. 9th hit of the day for the Cougars.
Now batting number 17, Hannah Zabik.
And that'll bring up Zabik. So, third pitcher of the game for the Knights. Primack making her 9th appearance. Third out of the pen with a 2-3 record. That pitch, I believe, called a ball. Primack has pitched in 29 innings. That's second most on the team coming into the day. 4.83 ERA. Zabik shows bunt. Called strike. Runner Bradshaw down to second base with the steal. And Averett now a runner in scoring position here. And a 1-1 count here to Zabik. Looking to help her own cause here. Ball popped up. Could be trouble, wind blowing, but Autry there to make the catch for out number 2.
Now batting number 6, Mackenzie Newcomb.
And that'll bring up Mackenzie Newcomb. And Newcomb 1 for 2 today with a pair of runs scored and a walk. Looks at that pitch a little bit low for ball 1. Primack's pitch. That one catches the zone. A nice fastball in the outside corner. Newcomb batting .347 on the season. Lays off that pitch just a little bit out of the zone. Good borderline pitch, though. So we'll see. Primack comes back with here. Newcomb got a piece of that one, fouls it off, evens the count at 2-2. And this one chopped out to short. Play over at first for the third out, and that'll do it. Cougars strand a runner at second. And they're 3 outs away. We'll see if they can get it here against Southern Virginia. We'll go to the top of the 7th when we return. And Primack will lead things off for the Knights in the top of the 7th inning. Averett up 5-4 And a base hit right up the middle, past the knee of Zabik. So a runner aboard now. As Nelson now coming to the plate. It's the 1, 2, 3 batters here for Southern Virginia, which that's what they want to see. Those are their top hitters coming through the order there, the first 4 or 5 batters. So Nelson steps up, lays off that pitch for ball 1. Interested to see what Southern Virginia does here, down 1. So they try to move the runner and play for the tie here, or trying to steal one on the road, maybe get a couple runs here. 1-0 pitch coming from Zabik. In there for a strike. Nelson 1 for 3 with a strikeout and a run scored today. Showing bunt, she'll drop it down. Owen with the play. Will move the runner up though.
Now batting number 20, Dykel Jones.
So tying run at second base here for Dykel Jones. Zabik delivers that one, misses outside for ball 1. One-zero pitch, ball popped up in the infield. Zabik will make the catch in foul territory for the second out. Zabik, a strong defensive center fielder when she's not pitching, said, I got that one. I used to catching pop flies. So Southern Virginia now with 2 outs here for Clater, who's 1 for 3 today with a pair of RBIs. Bad pitch, missed the zone just a tiny bit. Ball popped up, that'll get out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. And this ball popped up, could be trouble, but not for Cadence Woodruff. She'll make the play, make the out, and the Cougars will win game 1, 5-4 here over Southern Virginia. An impressive comeback for the Cougars, down 4-0 in the top of the first inning. They chip away and come back and win here today in this one. In game 1, Cougars 5 runs on 9 hits to Southern Virginia's 4 runs on 8 hits. 5 of those 8 hits came in the first inning. The Cougars settled down after that and hold on to win here late after taking the lead back in the 5th inning. Southern Virginia will drop to 6-13 on the season. Averett improves to 11-10. Zabik gets the win. She improves to 7-4 on the year. Loser in the losing column is Cox. Or actually, no, that would not be the case. I believe it would be Southern. Double check that. It was indeed Southern. So Southern falls to 2-3 on the year. We're going to pause for about 30 minutes. We'll come back with game 2 of our doubleheader here. But Cougars win game 1, 5-4. Good afternoon and welcome back to Averett Softball here on the Averett Sports Network. We are ready to roll for Game 2 of our doubleheader after the Cougars took the first game of the series earlier, about 30 minutes ago. Averett came back and won 5-4 over Southern Virginia. Cougars hoping to get the sweep. Knights looking to get a split. Teams ready to roll here. Averett, of course, wearing their all-navy jerseys today. Southern Virginia and the Garnet.
Now batting number 8, Ari Primack.
So Ariana Primack is leading off here in the top of the first inning. Against Sarah Leisher, getting the start here in Game 2. First pitch, a ball from Leisher, the junior. Comes in with a 1-0 record. This is only her third start of the year, 9th overall appearance with a 7.38 ERA. Little chopper. It's going to be a tough play up the middle, and it'll be a base hit. Woodliff able to knock it down, but she'll have to eat it. And runner aboard here as Primack for the second game in a row leads off with a single. That'll bring up Chloe Nelson. And first pitch called strike from the lefty Leisher. Nelson 1 for 3 in the first game, showing bunt, pulls it back, and just like she did in Game 1 in her first at bat, gets a hit, slap hit to left field. So she's aboard, and things almost deja vu-ish here early on.
At bat number 20, Dykel Jones.
Back-to-back hits to open the game. Southern Virginia had 4 in a row to start Game 1 as part of a 4-run first inning. Dykel Jones looks at ball 1 from Leisher. Misses outside. Jones was 1 for 4 in the opener. Her hit came in the first inning. Also had a couple really outstanding plays over at second base as Leisher delivers for strike 1. Averett looking to continue the momentum here and take it into the weekend. A couple of big matchups, as mentioned earlier, against Randolph-Macon and Virginia Wesleyan, 2 perennial powerhouses. That ball in the dirt, and the runners will advance on the wild pitch. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Leisher looks in, wind in the pitch. This one hit out to right center field. Testerman there to make the catch. They'll test her arm. Throw it home is right on the money, and she's out. Allie Testerman with the cannon from right field. And that'll help the Cougars out tremendously here.
Bat number 22, Katie Plater.
And Clater at the plate, looks at ball 1. That pitch in the dirt gets away, and that'll score a run. So Southern Virginia does come away with a run here in this one. So 2 balls, no strikes misses for ball 3. Bad ball and across the plate for strike 1. And will be a walk here for Clater. She's aboard with 2 away. That'll bring up Malia Stauffer. Seeing her first at bat of the day. First pitch, a ball. Another ball here from Leisher, 2-0 the count. And 3 balls, no strikes. And another walk issued here with 2 away. That one on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Sophia Bedell.
At bat number 15, Sophia Bedell.
Leisher gets that one to pop up. Zabik able to make the catch. What a play. And that'll help keep more runs off the board here, but Southern Virginia does score once on the wild pitch. They lead 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first when we return. And welcome back. Carson Bratcher will lead things off here for Averett. In the bottom of the first inning, Cougars trail by 1 after Southern Virginia scored in the top half of the inning. First pitch misses for ball 1 here to Bratcher, who's batting a red-hot .475 on the season. Out of the leadoff spot. Been a huge addition to this Averett lineup, just what they needed. Little check swing, down foul down the third base side. 1-1 the count. Getting the start here in game 2 for the Knights is Ariana Primack, who finished off game 1, pitched the last inning, allowed 1 hit. And that one did not factor in the decision. Bradsher chases after that one, can't make contact. And that'll be strike 2. And this one fouled off and drops in down the third baseline, despite a good effort over there by Bedell. And this one hit out to shortstop. And Bradsher beats it out, despite a really solid, smooth play by Clater at short. And she played that perfectly. Bradsher just beat it out. Nothing you can do there but tip your cap. And that'll bring up Hannah Zabik. Zabik will try to drop down the bunt, but fouls it off at the plate. Cougars looking like they want to move Bradsher over with the sacrifice bunt here, but Zabik no slouch at the plate. She's batting .324 on the season. Doesn't show bunt there. Bradsher stays put. 1-1 now here to Zabik. Zabik went 0 for 3 in the first game, but did score a run, so she did reach base there. This one hit out to right field, and she'll be out on the play. Bradsher gets back in time on the throw. Easy routine play. By Matea Manalileoa out in right field. And first pitch to Mackenzie Newcomb, low for ball 1. And Bradsher takes off here, throw not in time. I believe it was a called strike on the play. Not a bad throw on the play, but that one misses low for the ball. Morgan Rich getting the start behind the plate here in game 2. She finished off at third base in game 1. And Newcomb fouls that one off her foot. 2-2 the count. Couple changes in the lineup for Southern Virginia. First 4 were the same. And got Stauffer batting 5th in DP. Bedell at third base, Marich at behind the plate. Manaleleua is in right as Newcomb fouls that one off. Nevaeh Woodhouse out in left field here in game 2. Did not see her in game 1. And in the flex spot again for the second time today, Madison Christensen. This one hit up the middle. That'll get through. They'll send Bradsher, and the Cougars tie it up here on the RBI single by Mackenzie Newcomb. Now at bat, number 25, Brianna Brooks. So that'll bring up Brianna Brooks. One away here for Brooks as she steps in. Fouls this one off, and that'll get out of play for strike one. Brooks, quiet game one, went 0 for 3. But she's had a great year so far, still batting .354 even without a hit in game one. Lays off that pitch. The changeup sneaks in there for a strike. 0-2 the count. Here to the freshman. This one hit out to center field, but there to make the catch is Nelson for out number 2. And that'll bring up Cadence Woodruff.
Not bad, number 12, Cadence Woodruff.
So Woodruff steps in. First pitch fouled off behind the plate for strike one. Woodruff batting .347 on the year. Had a great game one, went 3 for 3 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. And ropes this one to left field, but there is Woodhouse to make the catch. Nearly got over ahead, though, but able to reach up and grab it for the third out. So the Cougars tie it up here in the bottom of the first, and we'll go to the second. All tied up 1-1 here in game 2. And welcome back. Go to the top of the second inning. Morgan Rich will lead things off here. And if you're watching at home and the screen looks dark, it's not nighttime, it's just cloudy. As that ball fouled down the first baseline. Clouds rolled in between games here and made it a lot darker here for sure, affecting the camera lighting. Pitch hit out to right field. Testerman there to make it for the out. So Matea Manaleleoa coming to the plate. Getting her first at bat of the day. Little chopper to third. Rodriguez fires. And the throw gets away. And Manaleleoa gets over to second base on the play. It'll be runner in scoring position here with one away. So that'll bring up Woodhouse. Showing bunt, pulls it back. It'll be a ball. Ball popped up, and Woodliff there to catch it at second base. Manalei Leoa has to stay at second base. And top of the lineup back coming through is Primack. Little chopper. This is going to be trouble, but Newcomb able to play it perfectly, and that'll do it. Cougars get out of the jam after an error gets a runner to second base, and that'll do it for Southern Virginia here in the top of the second inning. Still 1-1 your score. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Angela Rodriguez will lead things off here for the Cougars. Tie ball game 1-1 here in game 2 of our doubleheader. Averett won the first one 5-4. As Rodriguez looks at strike one on the changeup from Primack. This one stroked out into left center field. And Rodriguez into second base. Woodhouse took a not so great angle, and it got underneath her glove. Never really quite got to it, and rolled all the way almost to the fence. So the Cougars, the leadoff double by Rodriguez. And Leisher at the plate, getting her first at bat of the day. Swings through that one for strike one. Trying to help her own cause here. Leisher, minimal at bats this year. She is 2 for 7. That one misses for ball one. I remember early in the season down at Methodist, she crushed a huge double against the Monarchs. I think those account for her 2 RBIs. This one hit to second base. Jones knocks it down and gets the play at first, but it does move the runner over here with one away. So a productive out for Leisher. That'll bring up Hannah Jones. Jones went 0 for 3 in game 1 a little bit earlier today. But a chance to make up for that right here. She can get the ball in play, not right back to one of those immediate infielders. First pitch, a call, ball. And that one misses the zone. 2-0 now here to Jones. Senior out of Knott's Island, North Carolina. And a little check swing. That'll drop in center field, and the Cougars take the lead on the RBI single by Hannah Jones. Fourth hit of the day in this game for the Cougars.
For the Cougars, number 24, Allie Tesselman.
And Allie Tusserman now comes to the plate. Tusserman went 1 for 3 with a run scored in game one. Had a really big triple. Our first career triple. Looks at strike one here. On the pitch from Primack. And a big swing there. Couldn't catch up to it. And this one, line drive. And Jones might have lost track of the outs there, but it'll be a line drive double play. And that'll do it for the Cougars here, but they do take the lead. In the bottom of the second, they lead 2-1. Welcome back. We go to the top of the third inning. Chloe Nelson will lead things off for the Knights in their half of the third. Nelson 1 for 1 here in game two as one of the two hits so far for Southern Virginia. Looks at ball one on the pitch from Leisher. Leisher looks in, gets the signal and the pitch. And that one missed the zone. 2-0 the count. And that pitch catches the outside corner for strike one. Wind blowing steadily today, but hasn't really played too much of a factor. And that one's going to clip Nelson on the arm. And she reaches on the hit by pitch to start the inning. So one aboard for Dykel Jones. 0 for 1 batting in the number 3 hole for Southern Virginia. Jones came into the day batting .352. Has 1 hit and 5 at bats thus far. Looks at strike one. Drops down the bunt, but fouls it off at the plate. So count now 0-2. Averett hasn't played too many home games this season, only 4 coming into the day. First time home since a March 6th makeup game, or a doubleheader with Salem. And they played Greensboro earlier than that. So that pitch misses outside for ball 1. But I spent most of the season on the road at Methodist. On the road down at the Triangle Classic. That pitch in the dirt will get away. Sends the runner to second base. Cougars saw some really good competition down in Raleigh at the Triangle Classic. Beat a nationally ranked Muskingum team. Had a couple heartbreaker losses. Tough one to NYU. So that pitch misses for a ball. Full count now. Also had a tough loss to Piedmont in one of the quickest games I've ever seen. They also did get a win over Mary Washington while there, and that's a walk. Puts 2 runners aboard here with nobody out. And Hannah Jones will head out to the circle and talk things over with Leisher. Again, Leisher hasn't logged a lot of innings this season. Only had 12 and 1/3 innings coming into today, getting the start here in game 2. So mostly Zabik and some combination of Stevenson, Casey Stevenson and Leisher. So Katie Clater now steps up to the plate with 2 runners on. And a pitch outside for ball 1. That pitch outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. And 3 balls now. And a 4-pitch walk. Loads the bases here. That's a hit by pitch and 2 straight walks. So Malia Stauffer comes to the plate. Ofer, but does have a walk. Looks at another ball here from Leisher, who is having trouble finding the strike zone these last couple batters. See if she can turn it around here. 1-0 pitch. That one fouled off, and that'll certainly help. Sometimes all you need is a batter to swing, just break it up a little bit. So 1-1 count here. Stauffer, junior out of St. George, Utah. And looks at strike 2. And looks like Leisher's starting to get a rhythm back. The pitch. And hoping to paint that outside corner, but not getting the call there. 2-2 now here to Stauffer. That pitch in the dirt. Good block there by Jones, but full count now. And maybe the biggest pitch of the game so far. Bases loaded, nobody out. Payoff pitch coming. This one to hit out to short. They'll come home with it and get the force out. Good job there by Mackenzie Newcomb.
Now at bat number 15, Sophia Badell.
So one away here for Sophia Badell. Badell came into the day batting .378. Pitch misses for ball. These are the situations that Southern Virginia has thrived in defensively when they've been in a pinch. Gotten a couple double plays. Cougars would love to take one out of their playbook. And a big swing and a miss there by Badell. Really nice pitch there by Leisher. Had her fooled and way out front. 1-1 the count. Ball popped up. That'll get out of play, but will be strike two. So Leisher trying to work her way out of this jam after loading the bases. Nobody out. 1-2 the count. Pitch to Badell. Line drive, that'll get through. One run will score. They'll send the second one, but they're going to hold her at the last second. And tie ball game here on the RBI single by Badell.
Now at bat number 21, Morgan Rich.
Looked like they were thinking about sending Clater, but she held up. Probably a wise choice there. Zabick able to get that ball in really quickly. But tie ball game 2-2 now. Still bases loaded, one away for Rich. First pitch misses in the dirt for ball one. Rich 0 for 1 here in game 2. She also went 0 for 1 in game 1. So 1-0 count. And that one finds the zone for strike one. Pitch, a little low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rich, the freshman out of South Weber, Utah. Pops it up out in center field. Zabick underneath it. She'll make the catch. They'll test her arm. Throw is in line, but just a tad bit late. And Southern Virginia takes the lead. All the runners move up.
Now at bat number 12, Matea Manalele.
So 2 away for Matea Manaleleoa. Runners on second and third. Little chopper towards first. Picked up in foul territory by first baseman Abby Owen for strike one. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. Good block by Jones. This one hit out to second base. That gets by Woodruff, and run will score on the error. So the Cougars look like they got the ground ball they needed to get out of the inning, but yeah, the error keeps it going here, and it's 4-2 now for Nevaeh Woodhouse. Runners on the corners still. The pitch misses outside for ball one. That one chop foul at the plate. 1-1 the count. And this one tomahawked out into center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. And another run comes home on the single. That was above Woodhouse's head. And looks like we're going to have a pitching change. It'll be Casey Stevenson coming in. And we'll take a break while she warms up. And welcome back. Primack now coming to the plate. As maybe the sun peeking out here behind the clouds. That one in there for a strike. First pitch from Stevenson. Stevenson, 3-6 record on the year. 48 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 3.06 ERA. Mostly started, and this one drops in center field. They're going to hold the runners. 5th hit of the game for Southern Virginia. That'll bring up Chloe Nelson. Stevenson pitched a gem, a one-hitter against Sweetbriar last Tuesday. That one fouled off of the plate. Took the loss on Saturday up at Randolph, but the Cougars only had 1 hit in that game. I think it was a 2-0 loss, if I remember correctly. But Stevenson looking to come in and get out of this jam. Hit out to center field. Zabik there to make the catch, and that'll do it. But not before Southern Virginia puts up 4 runs in this frame. They lead 5-2. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Cougars now trail 5-2 here in game 2. But still plenty of time for Averett to get back in this one. Only down 3, and Carson Bratcher, top of the lineup, coming back through for the Cougars. First pitch misses for ball 1 on the toss by Primack. Busy day here on Averett's North Campus. Softball doubleheader, baseball playing Roanoke up the hill. So that one misses for a ball. Averett men's volleyball also in action today on the road at Regent. 2-0 pitch in there for strike 1 to Bratcher. And Bratcher wanted to take a swing at that one, laid off of it, and it's going to be a called strike 2. Off-speed pitch just dropped right in there on a beautiful pitch from Primack, the southpaw. Lefty-lefty matchup. This one hit over to second base. Close, but Jones makes the play for out number 1. I'm going to bring up Hannah Zabik.
Bat number 17, Hannah Zabik.
Zabik hits us to deep shortstop hole. She'll beat it out by maybe half step. 5th hit of the game for the Cougars. That'll bring up Mackenzie Newcomb.
Next at bat, number 6, Mackenzie Newcomb.
So Newcomb laces this one past third base. Bunnell able to get a glove on it, but it just ricocheted into left field. And now 2 aboard here for the Cougars.
Now bat number 25, Brianna Brooks.
I'll bring up Brooks, the freshman. Lays off that pitch in the dirt for ball 1. See if Brooks can come through the big at bat here. Lays off that pitch for ball 2. And the changeup drops in there for the first strike. Brooks 0 for 1 here in this game. 0 for 4 on the day. Little chopper stays foul right at the plate. So that'll even the count at 2-2. So 2-2 pitch. And a little check swing out of play off the top of the visiting dugout. This one hit out to shortstop. They'll try to get the lead runner at third. And the fielder's choice does, in fact, erase Zabik off the base paths.
At bat, number 12, Cadence Woodruff.
I'm going to bring up Cadence Woodruff here with 2 outs. See if Woodruff can come through with a big base hit. Crushes this to deep left field, but Woodhouse underneath it. Just got underneath that one, and that'll do it for the Cougars here. They strand 2 and trail by 3 We'll go to the fourth when we return here on the Averett Sports Network. Welcome back. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Dykel Jones will lead things off for the Knights. Up by 3. Scored 4 runs to take the lead in the last inning as Jones looks at ball 1. Stevenson back out in the circle after coming in relief to finish off the third. And beautiful pitch on the inside corner there from Stevenson. Stevenson, the sophomore out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Went to Colonial Forge High School. And this one hit out to Newcomb at short. Throw across in time for the first out. That'll bring up Katie Clater.
Next to hit, number 22, Katie Clater.
Clater, a pair of walks so far today here in game 2. Little chopper, tough hop, but through the legs of Newcomb.
At bat, number 6, Malia Stauffer.
That'll bring up Malia Stauffer. And that one across for strike 1. That one in the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1. That pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one. Hit back to Stevenson. She'll go to second for the lead. They'll go to first in time. Double play, and that erases the Knights off the base paths. And that'll do it here in the top of the fourth. And Angela Rodriguez will lead off the bottom of the fourth inning here for the Cougars, who trail 5-2 here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Cougars trying to get the sweep after winning game 1 5-4. And new pitcher in. This be Malia Stauffer, finds strike 1. And drops another one in there. So 0-2 count here to Rodriguez on the new pitcher. And this one poked, but right at Christensen at first base. Line drive out. So one away here for Casey Stevenson getting her first at bat.
At bat number 4, Casey Stevenson.
Stevenson, a perfect 1-for-1 this season. Batting 1,000 at a single. Nubs this one foul down the first baseline for strike 1. Can't remember which home series it was. It was Greensboro or Salem, but Stevenson got a base hit. I think it was Salem. Came in and got an at bat. Lays off that pitch high for ball 1. And Stevenson fights that one off, fouls it off over toward the Southern Virginia dugout for strike 2. One, two, the count. And good eye there to lay off that pitch outside. Stevenson pops this one up over towards the right side and drops in foul down the line. Had the right idea, dropped it in between all 3 fielders chasing it, but just about 1.5 feet foul. I'll do it again. Changeup misses high. So Stevenson runs the count full here. And fouls another one off. Good battle up here. Full count. This one hit out to deep center field, but they'll make the catch. Nelson able to camp underneath it for the second out. So the perfect batting average going for Casey Stevenson, but 500 not bad either. Got to bring up Hannah Jones here with nobody on and 2 away. See if the Cougars can maybe put together a little 2-out rally here. Change up in there for a strike. Rise ball misses high. 1-1 the count. Stauffer making her 9th appearance, only the 2nd out of relief this season. 0-4 record, 6.28 ERA. But the change of pace has really helped keep the Cougars a little off balance here in these first couple batters. Stauffer came in as the most pitched night, 39 innings pitched. Leads the team with 15 strikeouts. That one misses wide for ball 2. And that clips Jones, and she's going to be awarded first base.
Now at bat for the Cougars, number 24, Allie Testament.
So Allie Tesserman steps up to the plate. And throw down to first base. Jones back behind the tag. Ball popped up. Jones at second base makes the catch for the third out, and that'll do it for the Cougars. They strand one here in the bottom of the fourth, and the Cougars still trail Southern Virginia 5-2. We'll be back going to the fifth inning here in Game 2 when we return.
Nova Health has the heart care you need to stay healthy. As a Duke Health affiliate in heart care, they are backed by the latest Duke guidelines and research, providing our community with enhanced quality health care. Whether it's cardiac screening or emergency heart care at their accredited chest pain center, they provide quality treatment close to home. Sova Health, heart care to live your healthiest life. Visit online at sovahealth.com/heart.
And we go to the top of the fifth inning. Bedell will lead things off. First pitch misses wide for ball 1 here from Stevenson. Changeup misses. 2 balls, no strikes. And that one drops in. Good pitch there by Stevenson. Count now 2-1. This one hit out to left center field. Zabit glides over and makes the catch for the first out.
At bat number 21, Morgan Rich.
And bring up Morgan Rich. And that one a called strike on the first pitch to Rich. 1-1 now. And that one poked through the right side for a base hit. And might see a pinch runner, number 7, Ariana Diaz. Will pinch run for Rich over at first base. Mateo Maleleua at the plate. Here with one away and a runner aboard. Hits us out to short. They'll get the lead runner. Newcomb had a tailor-made double play type ball, but the speed of Maleleua certainly took away that double play opportunity. Nevaeh Woodhouse now at the plate. Little chopper right back to Stevenson. She'll fire to first. And they'll get the third out of the inning. And that'll do it for Southern Virginia. They'll strand one here in the top of the fifth, but the Knights lead 5-2. Cougars coming to the plate when we return. Carson Bradshaw will lead things off here for the Cougars. And their half of the fifth. Pitch misses outside for ball one. Bradshaw 1 for 2 here in this one with a run scored. Be top of the lineup coming for the Cougars. This one popped up, could be trouble, but not for Clater, who retreats back to make the catch. I'll bring up Hannah Zabik. Zabik pokes this one down the right field line. That'll drop in fair. Kicked up some chalk on its way down, and Cougars have a runner aboard here. 7th hit of this game. That'll bring up Mackenzie Newcomb. Newcomb 2 for 2 with an RBI here in game 2. Ropes this one foul down the left side. A 0-1 pitch, misses inside. And this one smoked, but right at Woodhouse. And she makes the catch. Played it perfectly. Just talking with Averett head coach Anna Coleman after last week's pair of losses to Randolph. She said game one, they crushed the ball really hard, just right at people. Kind of feels like that today here in game two. Had a couple really nice hard hits, but just right at people playing where they need to be defensively. This one hit to third base, and that'll do it for the Cougars. Strand a runner at first, and that'll be it. Averett trails by 3. We'll go to the 6th when we return. And welcome back. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Southern Virginia with a 5-2 advantage here on Averett. Primack first pitch hit out to shortstop, and Newcomb there to make the play on the 6-3 putout. I'll bring up Chloe Nelson. Nelson 1 for 2. First pitch called strike. And this one hit foul down the left field line. So quick 2 strikes here to Nelson. Stevenson. Trying to keep Southern Virginia at bay here. Maybe the offense can catch up. This one, line drive, single into center field. I feel like Nelson especially, but a couple of the nights today have hit the ball line drive that they just, as soon as it gets to the outfield grass, just dies. Outfielders couldn't do anything with them. This one, chopper over to short. It's going to be a tough play, and it'll be a base hit. Newcomb couldn't do anything with it. By the time she got to it, everybody was basically safe. So Nelson and Jones at second and first respectively, and that'll bring up Katie Clater. 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a run scored here in game 2. First pitch hit out to short. Newcomb can't field it cleanly, and bases will be loaded. And now Anna Coleman will come out and talk things through with her team. Stauffer now coming to the plate to help her own cause after taking over duties in the circle. So tough position here for Averett. 1 out, bases loaded. Stauffer at the plate. And fouls that off for strike 1. Cougars would love to get just a ground ball right back to Stevenson and get the quick 2-3 double play. That one fouled off, so a quick 0-2 count here. No strikeouts for either team here in game 2, but the Cougars, man, would be the perfect time to get their first. That one fouled off again. Just looking, only 5 strikeouts between the 2 games, all thrown by Hannah Zabik. Back in game 1. And line drive, that'll drive in at least 2. And Southern Virginia tacks on to its lead here. Make it 7-2. Bedell now coming to the plate. And this one crushed, foul. And a big swing and a miss there by Bedell for strike 2. She got a hold of that one, put it out on the hill down the left field line. I think her eyes got a little big on that last, going into that last swing. So a quick 0-2 count. Pitch outside, good waist pitch there. Bedell, good eye not to chase. Another ball on another good spot pitch by Stevenson. 2-2 now. And 3 straight balls has made it a full count. And that one gets through the left side. Another run scores. Ninth hit of the game. Still only 1 out for Morgan Rich. Eight to 2 now the score. It's about minimizing the damage here if you're the Cougars to even give yourself a chance. And a big swing and a miss there by Rich. One pitch popped up, could be trouble, and it drops in over the glove of Woodruff, trying to get back to make the catch, and just out of reach, another base hit. So infield meeting here with the Cougars as Matea Manaleleoa coming to the plate. With her speed, going to be hard to maybe get a double play, but see if the Cougars maybe play in and try to cut down the runner at home. So Stevenson looks in. Big pitch here. Line drive just over the head of Newcomb. They'll hold the runners station to station, but it does make it 9-2. And now if you're the Cougars, you got to watch out because one more run makes it an 8-run game, and if you don't score in the bottom half of the inning, game's over. As Woodhouse steps up to the plate, first pitch a ball. Little chopper up the middle, they'll come home with it, throw errant. 1 run will score. And that'll make it 10-2. That pitch misses on the outside corner. Ball hit out to shallow left field. That'll drop in. Another run will score. So that'll bring up Chloe Nelson here as the floodgates have opened. 6 runs in this inning. Last couple have been unearned due to the errors. So that pitch misses 4 ball. That pitch inside. This one hit out to deep left center field. We'll score another run on the sac fly. 12-2 the score here, now 2 away. Ball popped up out in deep right center field. Could be trouble, but Allie Tesserman runs it down for the 3rd out. So the inning finally ends for the Cougars, but not before Southern Virginia puts up 7 runs in this frame. They lead 12-2, and the Cougars going to have their work cut out for them if they want to keep this game going. And welcome back. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Averett down 12-2. But Cadence Woodruff will lead things off here for the Cougars, looking to get back in this one. Looks at ball 1. Able to get out of the way of that one. 2 balls and no strikes here to Woodruff. Cougars need to get it back within 7 in order to keep the game going. And that one finds the zone as Woodruff taken all the way with a 3-0 count. And it will be a leadoff walk here for Woodruff. And that'll bring up Angela Rodriguez.
Now back for the Cougars, number 16, Angela Rodriguez.
Clouds rolling in here at Cougar Field. First pitch in there for strike 1. Temperature still around 68 degrees. Oh, 1 pitch. This one hit out. That's going to drop in shallow right field. Woodruff advances to second. Rodriguez with a single here. And don't count these Cougars out just yet.
Next hit for the Cougars, number 4, Casey Stevenson.
And that'll bring up Casey Stevenson. Stevenson 0 for 1 today. Chops that one foul. And breaking ball, the changeup. 0-2 now, the count. Waste pitch outside, misses the zone. 1-2. Now to Stevenson. And Stevenson wisely lays off that pitch. High and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stauffer trying to finish this off. Stauffer would be in line for the win here. This ball popped up and off the net. Count remains full. And this one chopped. That'll get through the middle. Run coming home. And a run will score on the RBI single by Casey Stevenson.
Now at bat for the Cougars, number 20, Hannah Jones.
And that'll bring up Hannah Jones here. 1 for 1 with an RBI. And looks at strike 1 right down the middle. Cougars back within 9, but still not going to cut it. Need a couple more runs here. And Jones lays off that breaking ball. 1-1 the count. This is the back half of the lineup for the Cougars. This one hit up the middle. That'll be another single. They'll send the runner, and Rodriguez will score with a little flare dive. And now we'll might see a pitching change. And we will indeed. Taylor Ware making an appearance. Southern Virginia has now used all 5 pitchers they've used this season now between the 2 doubleheaders, with Ware now making an appearance. Taylor Ware.
And what's their Knights?
The Knights, yeah. So Taylor Ware now getting some warm-up pitches. Allie Tusterman coming to the plate here for the Cougars. Now within 8. Averett now 10 hits on the game. But they'll need a couple more here. Runners on first and second base still for Tusterman. See if she can come through with a big hit here. 0 for 2 here in game 2, but did have a big triple in game 1. And a called strike right down the middle. And that hits Testerman in the thigh. And she's going to make the bases loaded here.
At bat, number 7, Carson.
And if you're Averett, you got the top of the lineup now coming through. This is where you feel best about it. So we'll see if the Cougars can maybe make some noise here, continue to chip away one batter at a time. Bradshaw pokes us out, but going to be caught. And they nearly doubled off Testerman. She had to dive back in at the last second.
Now batting number 17, Hannah Zabin.
Initially, off the contact, off the bat, I thought that was going to get out to center field, but backspin must have just had it hang up there right to the shortstop, Clater. And Zabik looks at strike one here on the pitch from Ware. That pitch missed the inside corner, right at the knees. Couple deep breaths from both sides in the crowd and below us. 1-1 the count. This one, a little slow roller out to second base. They'll get the runner coming home. So 2 away now on the fielder's choice.
Now at bat number 6, Mackenzie Newcomb.
And now it's up to Mackenzie Newcomb. Cougars down to their last out potentially. They can't get any closer. This ball hit out to left field. Woodhouse there to make the catch. And that'll do it. Cougars unable to score any additional runs here. And Southern Virginia will earn the split. Here winning game 2 12-4 after the Cougars won the first game 5-4. Averett now 11-11. Southern Virginia 7-13. So that'll do it here for us in the press box. Thanks for tuning in to the Averett Sports Network. Be sure to click like on there if you're watching through YouTube. We'll catch you next time here on the Averett Sports Network.